Hi, I'm Stacy Cole, founder and CEO of the Healthy Lifestyle Institute for Women. And today's question is, how do you take a good coach from being a good coach to being a great coach? And first of all, why is that important? Well, obviously, if you are a great coach, you're going to build your practice more quickly because you're going to get more referrals, people are going to start coming to you, and you're going to do a better job and probably help more people. And a lot of coaches get into coaching because they want to help people, and so this is a way that you can help more and more people. And so how do you become a great coach? Well, being a great coach is much like being a great client in that you want to make sure that you are prepared for your sessions. And so if your client has taken the time to do any homework assignments since your previous session, or they filled out a coaching preparation form, you want to make sure that you take time to review that and get a feel for what's going on in your client's world before they ever even step into the session. So you need to be prepared. Also, you want to make sure that you get this down in a nice, quiet, and private location. Obviously, what's going on in the session is of a confidential nature, and you don't want people to overhear it, and you want to create that confidential space for your client that is so important to the coaching process to begin with. And also, you don't want to rush in to your coaching session from your day. You want to get to your coaching space a few minutes prior to your session so that you can kind of just take a breath and relax and get your mind wrapped around what it is that you're there to do. So all of that can go under the umbrella of being prepared. And the second way that you can be a great coach is to find out what role it is that your client wants you to play for them. And I actually realized the importance of this as a client because I had a coach that really made me get specific about what role that I wanted her to play for me. And this is really important. If your client, I would highly recommend that you make that one of your questions on your questionnaire that you send out to your clients prior to your first coaching session. And if they don't take the time to fill it out or don't give you a whole lot of detail, take the time to ask them, because that right there is a golden nugget of information for you as a coach. Because if you know exactly what it is that your client is looking for from you, then you can deliver it. And so at the end of your session, what do you know? You're a brilliant coach because they gave it to you before you even stepped into the session. And so this is really important. Now, a lot of people don't know how to answer that question. They don't know what their options are. Like, well, I don't know. If they're new to the coaching profession, what can a coach do for me? And so one way to get around that is to give your client a list of 10 possible ways that you could support them. And that list can include things like, help me create an action plan. I need you just to be there for support and validation. I need you to be a sounding board, or any number of things. And so you can make a list of 10 things and ask your client to rank them 1 to 10, what's most important and least important for them to have in a coach. And so now you are armed with a great piece of information. You now know exactly what to do in your coaching session. And so that helps you be a better coach. It helps your client be a better client, because it's going to force them to sit down and really think, well, what is it that I want from this coaching process? And so you're a better coach, they're a better client. They get what they came to get. And so that's the name of the game. So that's a really important thing that I've learned as a coach and as a client. The third way you could go from being a good coach to being a great coach is to develop a tool for your toolbox that is a coaching preparation form of sorts. And so this is a form that you would send to your client. They have to fill it out each and every time and send it to you 24 hours prior to your next session. And you do this for a lot of reasons. Let's talk about what to put on that form. For example, you want to find out what's going on in your client's world, because you don't want to really take coaching time, if you can help it, to go over those details. So ask what action items that your client has taken since your last session. You can ask, what positive, wonderful things are going on in your life? What challenges have you had since our last session? And even questions like randomly, so what's made you happy this week? What are some good things going on? Not only is that going to force your client to think about what they want out of your coaching session, it's also going to help them get into a positive frame of mind, which is another mainstay of the coaching profession. We focus on the positive and we focus on the future versus the negative and the past. And so that's going to be a tool that's going to help your client, and it's going to help you. It kind of goes back to being prepared. That's going to help you prepare for the session, but it's also going to make it a very productive session for the both of you. And again, all of a sudden, you had all these good coaching skills that you've learned. Now you can start to elevate your coaching practice and make it a great practice. So I hope that you found these tips helpful. Take care. Good night.